Liv Morgan. She had an interaction with Stephanie Vaquer 2 weeks ago on Raw before Dom's IC title match. They had an awesome brawl. I thought that brawl was fantastic. I thought they did the best with the time that they were given. And on Raw Monday night, Liv Morgan, she comes out and steals my heart. And she cuts a hell of a promo on Stephanie, got very personal, started the whole white chicks thing. So you don't want to talk about mothers, you know. She got that thing going on. And she says, Tu madre es basura. And you guys can finish the rest. And in English translation, your mom is trash, bitch. That's what Liv Morgan said. It fueled Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer comes out and attacks Liv Morgan, and we get the return of Roxy, which I will get to in a second. But as of now, on the betting odds, Liv Morgan is the betting favorite to actually win this match. And at this moment in time, I'm in full agreement because with Stephanie Vaquer, I talked about this a few weeks ago as well. The aura is there. It is. But there has not been any stories with her, and that's not her fault. That's management's fault. But there's so much more you can do with a Liv Morgan story here coming out of WrestleMania. And I think Liv Morgan is the perfect person to actually beat her because we have the Judgment Day in shambles. But Liv Morgan has also been the glue that keeps that whole thing together. And through the last few iterations of the Judgment Day, she's been the focal point. And she has done her job to perfection in this. And winning the Royal Rumble was a big highlight. And I think she'll continue that momentum on the WrestleMania. And then we also have so many more things you can actually get out of that with Liv Morgan as champion opposed to Stephanie Vaquer. Now, Stephanie Vaquer, like I said, she has all the other tools, but it is not her fault. But she has not been pinned since she's been on the main roster. But Liv Morgan, I do think it will be Liv Morgan's time again to beat the women's world champion. And I think at this moment in time, she will beat Stephanie Vaquer. We'll revisit this in a couple of weeks. We'll give our final prediction, but that's where I'm standing right now at this point in time when it comes to Liv Morgan. Now, also when it comes to Liv Morgan, we also had the return of Roxy. And I spoke about this when it came to Roxy last time I was here. Roxy being back is another layer to this story because Finn Balor challenged Dom to a match at WrestleMania. It's been made official. So with this, there's going to be a numbers game. The Judgment Day has the upper hand on Finn. Finn is going to need reinforcements from a woman. Finn brought Roxy into the Judgment Day. And now he'll probably have to enlist her help because the way Roxy returned, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it because I assumed that it would be more of a struggle between Liv and Roxy, even though it's just been 1 week. But Roxy came out and attacked Stephanie Vaquer, and she pretty much chose her side at this point. Now, there will be another point where I think she has to choose sides again. But at this moment in time, she chose her side. She chose the Judgment Day. And like I said, the layers out of this. Also, there was some tension a few months ago between Liv and Raquel. We can get triple threat match out of this. We can get Liv and Roxy in a match, and then possibly Raquel win Money in the Bank, or vice versa. Roxy wins Money in the Bank, Liv's in a feud with Raquel, so on and so forth. There are so many more things you can get out of a Liv Morgan title reign than you can at this point with the Stephanie Vaquer one. Liv Morgan, as I said before as well, one of my favorite stories of wrestling. You would have met when you saw Liv Morgan 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago. You would not expect Liv Morgan to be in this position of being one of the top stars in the women's division, in the face of the women's division, being one of your marquee matches for WrestleMania. So I do think Liv Morgan will be the one to walk out at this point in time as the women's world champion at WrestleMania. All right.